Tables are a great way to lay out information on the page, so to have evenly distributed spaces within the same line. This is an example. Let's see how to use tables. First, we want to place the cursor where we want the table to be. So we click on this line, for example. Then we open the Insert menu and hover over Table. By the way, this same command is also available under the Table menu. But we'll stick to the Insert menu for now. Now on this little matrix, we can decide how many rows and columns we want our table to have. We do that by simply hovering over these little squares, without clicking. Note that we can also push the mouse farther to the bottom right for a higher number of rows and columns. But all we need is 3 columns and 1 row. So we highlight 3 columns and 1 row. Now we click, and the table appears right where the cursor was. So again, remember to first place the cursor where you want the table to be inserted. Of course, if we make a mistake, we can always start over by using the Undo button or the Ctrl-Z shortcut. Every new table extends from the left margin to the right margin of the page, and all columns have the same width. If we need to change that, we just hover over one of the borders until the cursor changes like that. Click and hold, drag, and release. I'll press Ctrl-Z a couple of times to undo the changes. To add some text to a cell, we place the cursor inside it with a click and start typing. Let's do the same with the other cells. Now, to change how the table looks like, we first have to select the cells that we want to change. In our case, all of them, so we click and drag until the last cell. Then we right-click anywhere on the selection, doesn't matter which cell as long as it is selected, and we choose Table Properties. On this panel, we can change many different things, including the border color and the color of the cell's background. We click OK to confirm the changes. To edit the text formatting, again we select the whole table together with its content, careful not to extend the selection to the lines below. And apply the changes. Bold, center alignment. In this case, centered with respect to the cell itself. Okay, at this point the table looks exactly like the original one. It's just one line too low. So I'll place the cursor on one of the lines above and hit backspace. Let's see a couple of more details about working with tables. First, table background and borders can also be set to the color white. Again, let's select the table, right-click, choose Table Properties, change colors to white, and confirm with OK. It seems like the table has disappeared, but that's just because the borders and background color is the same of the document background color, which is white. The cell structure is still there, together with its evenly spaced columns and the alignment within the cells. We can see that if we highlight the table. So this could be a nice trick to use in case you have to distribute some text among multiple columns, or even if we have to distance some words evenly and precisely within the same line, like in this case. By just using the spacebar, the results wouldn't be as precise. Okay, let's undo to go back to the original design. The last tip concerns deleting a table versus deleting its content. If we only select the table and hit delete or backspace, that only clears the content of the table, but the table itself is still there. To delete the table, we have to select it together with the previous and the following line, and then hit delete or backspace. However, the easiest way is to right-click anywhere inside the table and choose Delete Table. This way, you don't have to make any selection at all. Alright, we'll continue in the next video. Hi, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or just want to say hi, please drop me a line in the comment section below. I'm working on a series of videos for people who don't know how to use the computer very well. So please share these videos with relatives and friends who you think may find them informative. Also give it a thumbs up if you can, that always helps. That's all for now. I'm Albi. Take care.